Hi, everyone. Welcome to music. We are continuing to learn about music of the 20th century, and this week we will talk about entertainment and trends of the 1990s. First, let's talk about fashion. Many trends from the late 1980s carried over into the early 90s, including fluorescent colors on sweatpants, oversized t-shirts, parachute pants, and jackets. The picture you see is an R&B group called TLC showing off their fluorescent colors. So a lot of times what's popular and trendy in fashion is also seen on stage in some of the bands and performers. But musical styles also had influence over fashion. Grunge bands like Nirvana, who you see in this picture, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden inspired the grunge look that included plaid flannel shirts, ripped jeans, and Doc Martens. So that's what they wore, and that made other people want to wear clothes like that too. Punk style gained popularity in the mid to late 90s, especially among skaters. This look was comprised mostly of black, red tartan, and dark colored t shirts, hoodies, and leather jackets. Bands like Green Day, whose singer and guitarist is in the picture, Blink 182, and Sum 41 sported the punk style. Famous hip hop artists like MC Hammer, right? Remember Hammer Pants? Tupac and NWA, and this group, Public Enemy, had heavy influence on 90s fashion. These looks featured wide leg jeans, tracksuits, bomber jackets, gold chains, and snapback hats. So the entertainment of the 90s was not too different from the 70s or the 80s. Nightclubs were a popular place to hang out in the 90s. Pop music, such as dance, electronic, industrial, and techno, was often played in the dance clubs. Sports were a major source of entertainment in the 90s, and basketball, baseball, and football were very popular. Michael Jordan was also big in the 90s. He was an idol for many people during that decade. Another big sporting event was Lance Armstrong's Tour de France win in 1999 after battling cancer. And also in the 90s, the Major League Baseball season was cut short in 94 due to the players' strike. Movies, of course, were very popular in this decade as well. Some of the biggest movies of the decade were Forrest Gump, soundtrack written by Alan Silvestri, Jurassic Park, music by none other than John Williams, and Titanic, original music by James Horner, and one of the songs from the soundtrack is on our 90s playlist. Also in the 90s, the popularity of movie rental stores like Blockbuster increased so people could enjoy movies both in theaters and at home. Movie rental stores weren't created in the 90s, but they became very popular in this decade. And just for fun, some toys that were popular during the 90s were Pokemon cards, still very popular today, Tamagotchis, troll dolls, and video games, which we talked about last week. Okay, let's listen to some more top songs of the 90s. This week we will focus on pop songs, and in this decade, teen pop and movie songs were very popular. Teen pop is a subgenre of pop music that is, as you can guess, marketed towards teenagers. Teen pop incorporates different styles of pop like R&B, dance, electronic, hip hop, and rock. Teen pop typically includes auto-tuned vocals, choreography, emphasis on visual appeal, right? They're all very good looking. They have fashionable clothes and good hair and makeup, and their lyrics focused on love, partying, or friendship, things that teens really care about. Boy bands were also a 90s teen pop sensation. Made up of 4 to 6 male singers, boy bands often focused on vocal harmonies and dancing. Also in the 90s, many songs from movie soundtracks became hit singles. Music from The Bodyguard, for example, has sold 45 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling soundtrack of all time, and a song from that movie is an option if you want to listen to it. Choose one song from each slide, a teen pop song and a movie song. And while you listen, try to identify the mood or feeling of each song, and then choose which song you liked best.